Hi everyone, welcome to yet another video from DataStream Academy. So in day 2, we are going to talk about how to be a better team player. We all work in different teams for different purposes, right? But we will never know like are we being considered as a good team player? Will the team want it to be work with us again and again? So there are a few key aspects when it comes to theory like which we all need to know. Like okay, how can be a better team player? We can go back and evaluate ourselves to see are we doing all these things to be a better team player, right? On very high level there are four areas which I just wanted to take up, like ownership and accountability. Everyone look at you and think that is this person taking the ownership and accountability on the work they have to do, right? Communication and collaboration. Communication is key everywhere. Like are you communicating, are you telling like what you have to tell, and are you collaborating with others team members because it's a teamwork? Reliability and consistency. Are you consistently delivering? Like are you a trustworthy resource? Are you really able to do the things, right? And how much are you supporting, and what are the positive impact you are bringing into this team? So this is something which everyone look at when you work with a team. And let us slightly deep dive into and understand so what are the details of all these topics and how we can contribute. I'll also bring up some example how you can be better contributing to be a good team player. Yeah. So moving on to the first thing which I have already covered, ownership, right? When you work in a group setting, if there are 5 members team, you have to be taking the ownership of the areas which you work, right? Because there shouldn't be something which is assigned to you but you didn't take ownership. Everyone look for ownership from somebody, either like you are junior, senior, or whatever whatever your experience, right? There should be clear boundaries and clear setting up of the ownership. So you have to make sure that from tomorrow onwards when you watch this video, like you take the ownership on the area so that like the team members understand that you take ownership and deliver it on time, right? Reliability, doing what you said you do, right? So when you work as a team, there are tasks which depend upon others. When you take a task, you have to give clear timelines, and you should say like when you can deliver, right? So why that matters, because there are things depend upon you, and we don't want to deliver the entire project because you have deliver like you are not delivering on time. So that is where reliability. So people say like okay, this is a reliable resource. How people say like one person is reliable, because when they commit something, they do that on time. So that commitment, like keeping the word or like communicating, right? It is not necessary like every time you solve all the problems and deliver it on time, right? There are uncertainties, but the communication is something which is coming next, right? Like which is going to be key when it comes to if things are going wrong. We'll talk about that, but just to talk about ownership and reliability, you take ownership of the task you have to do, and you should be doing what you said you do, right? If you're not able to do it, or if you think that is not something which you can do, you talk that play say that proactively. The third thing is communication, right? So the good news, like nobody cares, right? But if it is bad news, you should say that proactively, right? Like when you think that you said you would deliver something tomorrow, end of the day, today if you know that you cannot, you speak that, right? So that like people can expect, people can plan, so that like you give enough time to that leader to take decisions, plan accordingly, and support you when needed, rather than like telling at the last minute it is not delivered, like you are not able to deliver, or last minute you are not being accountable, or you are not showing ownership to deliver that, right? These are the like red signals that you are not being a good team player. Like we communicate, right? Mistakes can happen, delays can occur, like emergency leave can happen. All these things are common in real life. So you got to be communicating, you have to be trustworthy, right? Say that like when you are communicating and there are delays, right? Don't just communicate that okay, yeah, I supposed to deliver it today, but I'm like I cannot deliver it tomorrow. No, set that expectation, right? Okay, that like delay had happened, that reliability had some challenges, but it's okay. correct it, right? When you say that, okay, it is delayed, explain it, communicate it clearly, like why it is delayed, what we can do, or what you as an individual can do to fix it, right? You need support, tell that. Or like if you can do it, when, right? What is the realistic expectation they can set? So that like explain it, so that like you can regain the trust which is delayed, right? Because it is not working, that's totally fine, but what you can do, right? So communication is the one of the key thing which you have to keep in mind when you are being a team player. Respect the different roles and strength. So when you are in a team setting, definitely there are people with different skill set, different roles, different responsibility. Respect that, and like wherever you have to support them, but at the same time wherever you have to get support from, collect that too, right? It is not like when you are in a team set everyone is equal. No, yes, everyone is equal when it comes to work, but when there are different roles and responsibility, you have to respect that. So that like give respect, take respect, in short, right? And giving credit publicly, feedback privately, this is something which I often notice that not being followed when it comes to a team, right? Because when it comes to a discussion, there are like blame games and everything. So the thing which you have to think, nobody wanted to be getting a negative feedback publicly, right? It doesn't, maybe it might, you might feel like you did something at the moment, but you are actually killing somebody's reputation. So the best way which you can do, when you say something going right, or if you think that okay they did something, give that credit. Like don't even think in second moment to like congratulate them, sending a message, sending an email and tell them that they did well, right? Do that credit publicly right away, because that gives them a confidence, and you being a team player, you are supporting everybody, right? And when you give a negative feedback, connect with them and say that, respect their boundaries and tell them that I wanted to share a feedback, this is what I feel, right? You have like, we all have perception. So just make sure that when you communicate something to somebody, just make sure that you are telling them that okay, this is what I feel could have been better, or this is what I feel like went wrong, right? So always speak from your territory, so that like other person say that, understand that you are sharing a feedback, not like telling them they are wrong, right? It's all your perception, it can be right or wrong, right? There is nothing right wrong. So you have to share the feedback, so that help that person to grow. You should always share feedback in a constructive manner, so that like the relationship and the team bonding will continue to be there. And it should be always recommended to be privately, and when it comes to credit, definitely publicly, as I said, right? Yeah, helping without being asked, I think you might know if you are already working up, right? Like people run into issues, and we all have the tools, right? In my first video, as I said, AI is everywhere, right? Somebody might be struggling to get something out. If you think that you can search and get it, share that information which you can serve, support them. It is not necessarily like somebody has to come back to you and ask for help. Ask them, right? Be that like be that somebody whom people can reach out to, somebody who is helping if they have availability, right? Be that helping hand without even being asked, right? Managing ego during disagreements, right? We all may have disagreements, right? But when you are in a work setting, you are here to work. So the goal should always be one, delivering things in an utmost quality. So that should be your primary goal. Like all other things, right? Ego, challenges, maybe yesterday that person have found a bug, or like whatever you think, right? That is, this is the place where you have to be professional. And when it comes to disagreements, use that constructive structured method to convey that disagreements. uh, keep the boundaries, share that in a most positive way, and don't bring ego, or like don't bring any of these things, right? Like maybe there were issues earlier, like whatever, right? Maybe, so don't bring all that when it comes to a setting. And if you wanted to share a disagreement, definitely share that in a most positive manner, because you have to look at it and see that okay, I'm a team player, I want this team to be running for longer, right? You are not telling a negative comment and passing, no, right? You have to be running this team, you have to be a creating a positive impact in the team for a longer run. So you got to be taking so much of time and understanding like what you are going to communicate. Never ever say something just in a conversation just because like winning that moment or anything. Don't use all that, because you are in a team and people are coming from different culture, different experiences. We have to respect all that. And when you speak, we should always set that boundaries and respect that and have that communications, correct that disagreement, because the goal of delivering the best product is always should be our primary goal, and we all should work as a team to deliver that. And aligning personal success with team success, right? Because we all have goals, right? As a team there is a goal, but you being an individual should have your personal goal, because we all should have a goal, and that goal should align with the team success. That is how we have to grow, right? If you don't have a goal, it is very difficult to get motivated, it is very difficult to grow as an individual. So set your personal goal and work with your manager to see like how, like this, what is your personal goal, what is the team success is measured, how I can contribute to team success and grow in my personal goal. That is how you have to set, right? It is like nobody is working for a personal success, everyone is working for a team success. But at the same time, you being an individual, you should say, okay, this is my goal, this would be accomplished through this team goal, or if not, like what I can do to like accomplish my personal goal and professional goal at the same time, right? So these are the few areas to be a better team player. Like as the state, the code says, great teams values dependability more than a brilliance. Right? You might be a smart, tech savvy person, but if you are not a great team where you are not dependable, like you are like making more complications than like creating the positive impact, people may not choose you beyond. Like maybe you might be a smart guy, but always that dependability, communication, trust, reliability, all these things, right? When it is a team pair, everybody look at a reliable resource than a talented resource, because reliable people, people who are communicating, trustworthy, all these things matters, right? When you talk to somebody, like bringing the respective respect and like how you handle the disagreement, all these things are being measured when you talk to somebody. When you talk in your group settings, meeting, everything is being like, everyone is creating an image of you, how you are being reacted, right? Like, are you overreacting, are you like emotionally managing the situation? All these things are being monitored every second. So be mindful, like how you communicate. As I said, right, like we all are good team players, but being better is one step ahead, right? How I can do, like, am I taking ownership, am I being a reliable one? If there is issues, am I being transparent in communication, am I respecting others? Like am I like managing the egos disagreement mindfully? Like how well I have respected, did I make mistakes? If there are like disagreements and things are not going like, feel free to be like connect, say sorry, correct that issues, and like, because always keep that in mind. Your like egos or disagreements or like whatever these things are happening, right, should not impact the deliverable, because deliverable and as a team, right, we should all work together to deliver something. So just keep these points in mind. Go back, like, thanks for watching, and go back, evaluate, like, did I cover all these areas, am I doing all these things in my team settings? So look at yourself and what are the areas which you have to improve. Work on that area, definitely, like, you can make an impact. Thanks for watching this entire video. Please do comment if you have any questions or if you have any thoughts. In addition to this, if you have an area which you think like a better team player should have, please comment that, ask questions. Thank you for watching. Have a good rest of the day. Thank you.